gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Today we're diving into the GSA's ambitious forecast. $2 billion in government airfare savings. Sounds impressive, right?
Absolutely. That's a hefty chunk of change. I'm curious, how does the GSA actually manage to save so much on airfare?
Well, they use the City Pair program, negotiating with airlines for deep discounts. It's like government-level couponing, but on a massive scale.
I love that analogy. But how do they ensure these savings are actually passed on to all the agencies? Is it automatic?
Mostly, yes. Agencies are required to book through the program unless there are exceptions, so the bulk rates benefit everyone.
Interesting. I imagine with government travel being so frequent, even small discounts add up quickly.
Exactly. Think about the scale. Thousands of employees, hundreds of destinations. A 10% discount becomes millions saved.
But what about flexibility? Are government travelers stuck with rigid schedules, or does the program offer options?
That's a good point. The program actually builds in flexibility. No advance purchase required, no cancellation fees. It's surprisingly traveler-friendly.
That's rare in the airline world. I wonder, does this kind of program affect commercial ticket prices for the rest of us?
There might be some ripple effects, but airlines see the government as a special bulk customer, so the deals are pretty unique.
Makes sense. I read that Josh Grunbaum is leading these efforts. What's his role in the process?
He's the director of the Office of Travel, Employee Relocation, and Transportation. He's basically the architect behind these savings.
That's a big job title. I imagine negotiating with airlines isn't easy, especially with today's volatile travel industry.
For sure. The pandemic changed everything. Travel demand dropped, airlines struggled, yet the GSA managed to keep the program running.
That's impressive resilience. Did they have to renegotiate deals during COVID-19? Or did the contracts hold steady?
From what I understand, there were adjustments. The GSA worked closely with airlines to maintain flexibility and protect both sides' interests.
So, it's a partnership, not just a buyer-seller relationship.
Exactly. Both parties benefit. Airlines get guaranteed business, and the government gets predictable, lower fares.
I'm curious, do the savings only come from ticket prices, or are there other hidden benefits?
The main savings are from fares, but the program also streamlines booking and reporting, which saves administrative costs.
That's important. Travel paperwork can be a nightmare. Centralizing it must make everyone's life easier.
No kidding. Plus, with centralized data, the government can track travel patterns and optimize future negotiations.
Data-driven decisions. Always a good move. Do you think this model could work for other large organizations?
Absolutely. Any big company with significant travel needs could benefit from negotiating bulk deals like this.
So, the government is setting an example for the private sector. That's not something you hear every day.
True. Usually it's the other way around. Here, public procurement is ahead of the curve.
I wonder if there's room for even more innovation. Like, could they include sustainable travel options in these contracts?
That's starting to happen, actually. The GSA is exploring ways to encourage greener travel, like prioritizing airlines with lower emissions.
That's encouraging. After all, with such massive volume, small changes could have a big environmental impact.
Exactly. Imagine if every government flight used more sustainable fuel or offset emissions. The difference would be huge.
Do you think travelers are aware of these efforts, or is it mostly behind the scenes?
I suspect most travelers just care about getting from point A to B, but for those who pay attention, it's a nice bonus.
Right, especially for employees who care about sustainability. It's good to know their travel is being considered from all angles.
For sure. Let's talk about the budget aspect. Saving $2 billion, where does that money actually go?
That's a great question. I assume it means agencies have more funds for their core missions instead of blowing it all on travel.
Exactly. Every dollar saved on flights is a dollar that can fund programs, research, or critical operations.
Efficiency at its best. I wonder, with budgets constantly under scrutiny, do these savings help make the case for more responsible spending?
Definitely. Demonstrating cost savings is always a plus when justifying budgets to Congress or the public.
Plus, with travel being such a big expense, even incremental improvements make headlines.
That's probably why the GSA is so vocal about these savings. It's a clear win they can point to.
I imagine there are challenges too. What about last-minute travel? Does the program handle urgent trips well?
That's one of its strengths. There are no penalties for last-minute bookings. It's designed for the unpredictable nature of government work.
That's a relief. Imagine being called to an urgent meeting in another city and getting hit with a $1,000 ticket.
Exactly. The program keeps prices stable, so surprises are minimized.
Are there any criticisms of the program? No system is perfect, after all.
Some argue it could be more transparent, or that smaller airlines don't get enough opportunities. But overall, it's seen as a success.
I can see the point about smaller airlines. Maybe in the future there will be ways to include more diversity in the contracts.
That's actually on the GSA's radar. They're looking at ways to open up bidding to more carriers, especially regional ones.
That could benefit travelers in less served areas too. Not everyone is flying between major hubs.
Absolutely. The more options, the better for coverage and competition.
Speaking of competition, do you think the program influences airline behavior outside the government market?
Indirectly, yes. Airlines might adjust pricing strategies, knowing they have to stay competitive to win those big contracts.
It's like a ripple effect. Who knew government travel could shape the entire airfare landscape?
It's all connected. Plus, innovations developed for the government might trickle down to the consumer side over time.
So, maybe someday we'll all benefit from these streamlined booking systems and flexible fares.
One can hope. In the meantime, the government keeps reaping the rewards.
I'm still amazed at that $2 billion figure. It's like finding spare change in your couch, if your couch was the size of a football field.
That's one giant couch. But seriously, it shows the power of collective bargaining.
Do you think the average taxpayer notices these savings? Or is it just another line in a giant spreadsheet?
Probably the latter. But when you add up lots of small savings across government, it makes a real difference.
Maybe we need a savings ticker on a website, showing taxpayers how much is being saved in real time.
That would be fun. It might help people appreciate the behind-the-scenes work that goes into responsible spending.
It's easy to criticize government spending, but programs like this show that efficiency is possible.
For sure. And as travel needs evolve, the program will have to keep innovating to stay effective.
I wonder what the next big step will be. Maybe AI-driven booking or even government loyalty points?
Now that's an idea. Imagine racking up miles on official trips, though I doubt they'd let you use them for a beach vacation.
Probably not, but it's fun to dream. At least we know the system is working to save money for all of us.
And that's worth celebrating. Before we wrap up, any final thoughts on how the GSA's approach could inspire other areas of government spending?
I think the key takeaway is collaboration. Working with suppliers, using data, and being flexible. That's a recipe for success anywhere.
We'd like to thank MarketUS for furnishing us this information.
Here's a question. How do we contact them?
Good question. You can reach them at MarketUS or call them at 954-636-3232.
Before we go, this deep dive was created by the MarketUS team.
Well said. If only every government program could deliver $2 billion in savings.
Here's hoping. Maybe we'll see more creative solutions in other sectors soon.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Until next time, keep an eye out for savings, big or small.
And remember, sometimes the best deals happen where you least expect them, like in government travel.
Thanks for watching. I'm Nancy, your AI avatar. If you like this podcast, you can get one for yourself based on a website, YouTube video, or any source. Contact me to get a customized quote for your content. See you soon.